Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh to Ustaz Syarudin. For today, we are going to present our topic that is gold investment in Syariah. My name is Nurul Sakinah and my partner is IMU551. So we like to proceed with the first slide that is introduction. First slide, okay. Okay, the number one is gold is also used as a currency known as the gold dinar in buying and selling and trading. Therefore, the gold related in this article is gold in the form of physical gold, whether in the form of dinar, gold bar, or the like, and also gold jewelry item. Gold as a tool of exchange, and the value of gold bar or the value of measuring goods has long been used since time immemorial. According to Sanid Ahmad and Salmi Edwati, the gold dinar has been used as a currency since the Roman and Persian empires. So the gold dinar as a currency exchange mechanism is included in the category of ribawi goods. Therefore, all the conditions of ribawi goods must be met. Okay, that's for the condition. And gold has been discovered and used by humans since prehistoric time, about 6,000 years ago, and the exploration of Europe to American continents found that Native American, especially in Central America. Okay, next we're going to proceed summary of article.
Okay, summary of article. Firstly, gold investing has become increasingly popular in the community in recent time. Gold investment products are offered by various parties, whether banking institution, gold seller, company, and fund manager. Looking at the situation, a question arises to what extent this type of investment is allowed in Sharia and fulfill the tenet of Sharia. This matter requires in-depth security from a Sharia perspective. If viewed in the current context, gold is often used as commodity in business for profit. This is different from the practice in past. The gold was used as currency to buy the desired goods. In general, Islam does not prohibit trading in gold is a commodity. All forms of buying and selling are allowed as long as it does not involve usury. The hadith that explain the condition of daily ribawi item as a follow. Gold should be exchanged or trade for gold, silver for silver, weight for weight, barley for barley, that for that, salt for salt, must be exchanged directly at one time, and if exchange occur between commodities of different kinds, so trade as you like if it is done in cash. Hadith by Muslim based on the hadith above, which explain the coordination for sale or exchange involves ribawi item, namely from the type of gold, silver, wheat, barley, date, and salt. Okay, next.
Okay, next for the article review for this topic is the first one. The majority of Jumhur Fuqaha say that the illah in the prohibition in the issues of gold is its nature as a currency that is it considered as a price and gold as a price gold. Okay, anything that is considered as a currency such such as paper money or fiat money is then considered a distinct type of currency. If it is exchanged for gold, then any additional value is allowed, but provide that the exchange must be done in cash and there is no element of delay in the information. Okay, so the first the first condition that we need to follow is if an exchange involve an item of the same type as gold being traded for gold or barley for barley, then it must be exchanged for the same quantity and delivery must be complete. Okay, for example, in the gold trade, 100 gram of gold must be exchanged for 100 of gold, 100 gram of gold and must be settled in one common convenient ceremony. Okay, for the second condition is if the exchange item are of different type but still belong to the same category, such as exchange between gold and silver currency category, or exchange between barley and dates staple food category, then it is only required to be complete in cash and not be offense if there is a difference in quantity for the purpose of profit. Okay, this means, for example, 10 gram of gold can be sold at whatever price is desired and provide the transaction. Delivery of the butter must be complete before the seller and buyer part from the contract ceremony. Okay, the third condition, if you want to do this one is if the exchange involve items from different categories, such as the exchange between gold and barley. Okay, um gold is a currency category, but the barley is the staple food category. Then the dealing party has the right to set any price and is also allowed to trade in cash or debt. Okay, so with this condition cannot be met, then it will cause the sale and the purchase agreement to be void or invalid. Okay, the last one is the council has decided that such form of payment is treated as cash payment as the goal. Seller will get the payment from the credit card issue. Okay, for this one, Fatwa Kasih has set strict parameters where gold delivery to buyer must be done in cash only and no 3-day period is allowed. This is because a period of 3 days is not a practice in the delivery of gold and it cannot be equated with concept of 2T+2 as used in foreign exchange. However, this stipulation only applies to gold that is characterized by ribawi item. Okay, next slide.
Okay, next slide. What was it? The further standard the study, the outdo should do research on Islamic country that invest in gold as an investment and not focus on Malaysia only. Writing investment allow the buyer to use or sell it at any time In the case also, since the gold purchase is not in the akad ceremony when the transaction is made, then the goal must be determined in terms of a certain grade, quality, and quantity to avoid the issue of goro in the sale and purchase. However, in addition to the requirement, it is still subject to the existence of gold itself that the seller must own the item before selling it. One of the conditions in buying and selling is the ownership must be perfect with the seller. Therefore, if the gold is not owned by the seller when the transaction is done with the buyer, then the transaction is void because seller sell goods that does not own. This is in line with the hadith by Al-Imam Ahmad, Ibn Majah, and Al-Tirmidhi. Do not sell what you do not have. The main objective of the ban on selling goods that are not owned is avoid dispute between buyer and seller, as such transaction can lead to goro, which property based Islam. Then the same law apply to gold trading. Okay, we looking next slide and last slide. Conclusion. Overall, Islam does not prohibit trading in wine if it involves gold as a collateral asset. However, the law and condition must be studied and complied with by investor, seller, and buyer because it is one of the ribawi items. If involved in a good investment that promise a temporary share, we should not get caught up in practice that are forbidden by Sharia, such as usury, gambling, speculation, for and so on. All right, thank. Step for conclusion.
Okay, that's all from us. Thank you for watching us.